Okay, all of us from the VRO would like to thank you guys for being here. This is really awesome. One night we were recapping the show, and me and Amy were just joking around about the possibility of who was going to die in the season finale and how scary it was going to be for this fandom. And I said, we're probably going to have a Candlelight Vigil or something, and then it really turned into like it was literally a joke. We did. We asked that, we couldn't figure out the word, and we were like, what is it called when you light candles for people? And the people in the chat room were trying to explain it to us, and we finally figured it out, and now everybody's here, so. As you know, my name is Amber Davis. I am a host on the VRO. I'm also co-owner of Scream for a Dream, which is formerly Vampire Support. Losing the characters on this show was sad, but today we're coming together in honor of their presence and the effect that it's had on this fandom. We're also coming together for a good cause. We have Raven here from ISF Kids Army, raising money for her cause. Everybody give her a round of applause, please. Okay, we also have a memorial fund set up over here between these two tables. Proceeds from today is going to go to Mayor Lockwood's charity of choice, which is called Angels Among Us. It's a no-kill shelter in Alpharetta, Georgia. It's a 501(c)(3). They're dedicated to rescuing dogs and cats from high-kill shelters, bringing them to the no-kill, and hopefully adopting them out. Susan Walters, who is the new mayor, that's also her charity of choice too, so we wanted to kind of keep local with this one. We also have a limited supply of candles for sale. If anybody didn't bring a candle, they are $1. I also have little cups to put them in, so if anybody did bring a candle and needs a cup, I should have enough for everybody. That way you don't burn your hand or anything when we get to the lighting ceremony. All right. Following this introduction, we have a couple people that are going to read a eulogy, followed by Josh giving the service, and then Jessica is going to lead us into the lighting of the candles. All right. Okay. Today we are gathered in honor of the memory of the characters from the Vampire Diaries that have grown to love and were taken from us. It's been quite a roller coaster the last 2 seasons. We've all experienced every emotion when it comes to the show, The Vampire Diaries. Today we are joined together to mourn those lost in season 1 and season 2. The thing with the Vampire Diaries is no one is safe, and I think we all know that. Unless you're Paul Wesley or Ian Somerhalder, I don't really think. I think that they're getting paid enough to not die off, but somehow new characters come in, whether it's an episode or 2, and we're like, oh my god, I love this character, and then bam, they're dead, and it really sucks. And that's pretty much I think the count was 20? I think it was 20 dead characters between season 1 and season 2. I mean, characters die in the Vampire Diaries like characters die on the last season of a show. Like, if anybody ever watched The Sopranos, I'm about to ruin it for you if you haven't, every character dies in the last season. And that's how it is on this show. They die on, like, the 2nd episode. If, I love this character, oh, they're dead. So, anyways, also, another tidbit, about 75% of these characters were killed by David. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. I just want to go ahead and tell you. He's a town murderer. He's a town murderer, but we still love him. All right, first is Vicky Donovan. She was the first one to die on the show. The first character before Robert died. Whether you're a fan of Vicky or not, you can't really ignore the sadness around her death when it comes to her family, whether that or friends. Plus, that was kind of, a time where they had just found out about the vampires, and it was a pretty sad time. She was turned by Damon. Everybody thought she was just on a drug rage, if y'all remember. When she disappeared, Matt had no idea where she was and thought that she would be returning until later found by Caroline. She was killed by Stefan. Woo! All right. She's speaking to me, y'all. All right. And then there was Zach Salvatore. Zach Salvatore was the human that lived in the house, and we learned not until the very end of season 2 did they go, oh, maybe we should get a human to own our house. So he was the only person that owned the house for about 3 episodes, and then after that, vampires were just coming in attacking everybody, and he couldn't figure it out. But he was actually Damon and Stephanie's nephew of sorts. I think that's how they explained it. They called him Uncle Stefan one time. Zach's death opened up a world of trouble for the Salvatore brothers, and it wasn't until season 2, like I said, they finally got a human to open the house. Zach was killed by Damon after Damon summoned Caroline to let him out of the basement. Kill 1 for Damon. Keep tabs on this, guys. I'm not kidding. Damon's the one. All right. Logan Fell. Good old Logan Fell. Don't really have much to say about him. He's the ex to Jenna Summers. He was part of the Vampire Council. He was turned by Anna after being killed by Damon. Damon. After being killed by Damon. He was also Alaric's first kill. And the first time we kind of learned that Alaric is not playing around. So, but other than that, I don't really have much to say about him. And then there's Lexi Branson. Here's the thing about Lexi. Lexi was really only introduced to us in one episode, and she was one of those characters that I think most of us were dying to see again, because there was this connection there with her and Stefan that we hadn't really seen him have a friend, and he kind of still doesn't have any friends 2 seasons later. He's his own worst enemy, y'all. So, Lexi was one of the good guys, and anybody that's a Stefan and Elena fan, Lexi is kind of the one to thank for the two of them really getting together, because she really put that in Elena's mind that she was in love with Stefan and she just needed to let it be. It sucked to see her go, and she was killed by Damon Salvatore. Surprise. All right, Sheila Bennett. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a crier, but I bawled on this episode when she died. I really cried. Look, Ella's about to cry right now, y'all. She's about to cry right now, just thinking about it. Sheila was Bonnie's grandmother. She's still talked about a lot in the fandom. A lot of people were really hoping, I know I was really hoping that she was going to be one of those 100 witches hanging out. I was hoping she was going to channel some Grams there. It hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean it won't. Grams was a protector, and that's a quality that we've seen a lot in Bonnie, especially in season 2. Grams helped Bonnie open the tomb, which ultimately led to her death. So she was not killed by Damon Salvatore, but she was killed trying to help Damon Salvatore. So that gets half credit. What are we on, 3.5 now? 3.5, something like that. All right. Then there's Harper. I really liked Harper a lot because Harper was a vampire with manners, and you did not see that. If you think of the first time we were kind of introduced to him, he was freaking out. He goes, "What year is it?" And the cell phone rang, and he freaked out. And he was like, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm really hungry." And then he just, tore into this dude. But I liked Harper a lot. I think if Harper would have been kept around, him and Stefan probably could have been buddies. He's a really nice guy. I liked him. And he was killed by John Gilbert, who also has a chain of killing people. All right. And then there is Pearl, the mother of Anna. Her death was really sad because Anna went through what Damon went through, but in a mother-daughter sense. Damon has Stefan and Anna had nobody. And finding her mom was really important to her. And when they were finally reunited, John Gilbert rolls into town, pisses everybody off, and stakes her. I also think that Pearl was one of the good ones. I think she had a little attitude, but I think she had the right to an attitude because they stuffed her in a tomb for 160-something years. So I think that she had the right to a little attitude. But this is really sad. And she was killed by John Gilbert, which I would say. So. Then there's Lord Mayor Lockwood. He dies in the season 1 finale. I didn't see this coming. I'm going to be honest. I didn't see it coming. And although he was a jerk to Tyler a lot of the time, you can see now, especially with the development of Tyler in season 2, that he was really just trying to protect his family. And I think that he just wanted to protect Tyler ultimately for what he was going to become, if he was going to become that. I don't think that he necessarily was given the curse, but I think that he knew enough about Mason to know that Tyler was in danger. So I think he had his reasons for being an asshole, but I definitely miss him. He was a good guy. All right, and then there's Anna, who is dead. Is she dead? I mean, who knows? Who knows at this point? Is she dead, alive? Is she ghost? Whatever. Our beloved Anna, her death was really hard on the fandom. I think this was the first person that died where everybody was like, oh, hell to the nah. And next thing you know, there is campaigns. There's like Team Bring Back Anna. I mean, that got crazy. I remember when we interviewed her after the season finale and she came on, everybody that called in when she took callers were like, bring back Anna. No, you can't be dead. You have to come back to life. And she's like, they staked me. Like, I don't know how they're going to do this. And what's really cool about it is Julie Plec listened to everybody and kind of brought her back. I mean, we don't know what she is yet, but she was like, I'm sick of getting these Anna emails. I'm going to do something about this. So, yeah. Anna had good intentions as a vampire. All she wanted was to be with her family. She did have an interest in Jeremy, and she was dating Jeremy when she got killed, and she was also killed by John Gilbert. But John Gilbert was doing her a favor, ultimately, because she would have burned alive and it was sucked. All right, so that was season 1. I'm not even halfway through yet. I think season 2, like 70 people have died already. All right.